Hey guys, welcome back to Sun Crypto. In today's content, we're going to talk about BTC once again. We're going to talk about Ethereum, XRP, EOS, Bitcoin Cash. We're also going to talk about Chainlink, and also we're going to talk about Tezos. Okay, as you guys remember, we talked about Link and Tezos. We said like they're going to be pulling back. Welcome back to Sun Crypto. So in today's content, we're going to talk about BTC once again. Let's do this. Let's do this. Let's do this. EOS, Bitcoin Cash. We're also going to talk about Chainlink, and also we're going to talk about Tezos. Okay, so basically, excuse me, so we're going to talk about Tezos, Chainlink. We're going to talk about basically of course Ripple, King XRP, and then we're going to try to figure out like where can we find the bottom, at least for the short term. Okay, it is very crucial, guys. Most of us looking for BC basically to hit like a $20,000, $30,000, but we're just going to have to cool down at least for the short term, try to accumulate some BTC at least below 6k, below 5k, and so on, right? So we're going to start off with the monthly time frame. That's a BLX chart. That's a 3-month chart, right? So pay clear attention. Most people don't talk about this chart, but it is very, very crucial, right? So that's a macro scale. So it doesn't matter if BC goes back up to basically 8k, right? Like 85, 88, it doesn't matter really on the macro scale. Okay, so at least for the short term, that's what we're looking for. We got this triangle right here, so we're looking for, at least for the short term, in order to stay bullish, okay, and be able to break 20k, we got to be able to break the same triangle we just created right there. Okay, so I talked about this a couple of weeks ago, and I said basically March is not a tradable month, so best thing to do is like reduce your exposure, at least for the short term, during the month of March, and wait till April, because April gonna give us a breakout. And the way we're gonna break out on April next month, right? We're gonna break out like during the month of April. It is like, it's gonna give us a clear direction which way we're gonna go, right? Excuse me. Even though I'm very bearish, like 85% bearish, I said it. If the monthly time frame closes below 88, 8700 range, I'm gonna be 80% bearish, right? 80 to 85% bearish. So this means, right, if we break this support line, okay, if we break this support line just about like next April or like March, I don't think we're gonna break it this month, right? So we're gonna break like during this month, but we definitely can break it just about like April or so on, right? So maybe June or July. But the key point is we need to basically stay within this range. We just don't want to break this triangle. If we break it, guys, it's gonna look very nasty. It's gonna look very, very nice, right? So on top of that, we got 21 EMA on the 3-month chart. So let me check the chat room first of all, see if you guys can hear. So you can see the 21 EMA on the 3-month chart. Right now it is 49.77, okay, on the BLX chart, right? So 49.47, it is going to be a key role. Why it is going to be a key role? Because most people, thinking like a 5500 range, okay, going to be the absolute bottom, because 55, I'm going to show you on the weekly basis, it's a 200 MA on the weekly basis, okay? So if we drop down below 5500, we're just going to have to retest 4900 range. It is too soon to talk about it, so that's a macro scale, so you just gotta keep that in mind. It's not something like you should be expecting next week or the week after, right? So it is something that we're expecting within the next 3 months to 6 months, right? So if we break 55, right, we're gonna have to find support at just about like a 49.77, which is currently the current price of the 21 EMA on the 3-month chart. If we break that, guys, okay, we don't have any other support but like all the way down, guys, to like a 2k area, okay, always down to 2k area. But it is too soon, guys. First thing first, let's try to stay within this triangle and try to stay above 71.70 within like the next 21 days or so on, right? If we can stay above 71.70, okay, the bulls can give us another chance within the next few months and break this upper level of this triangle, and then we can look for basically some bullish momentum and basically go to the moon, right? So that's the 3-month chart. So let's take a look at the monthly chart. The monthly chart, if you guys been following this channel, we said exactly right, resistance for this monthly chart going to be just about 9400 range, okay. that's the primary resistance. Secondary resistance going to be just about 99.50. So any price action within this range going to be a short opportunity, not a long opportunity. I said it multiple times. Do not long BTC above 10K. I said it when BTC was like 10K. I never long BTC above 10K. So, you know, I try to long it like mid to low 9K, but not above 10K. I said it when BTC was basically, you know, very bullish above 10K. I showed you why BTC could be basically facing some more sell off to the downside, right? So what are we looking for? This monthly low, we almost hit our monthly low, which is just about 7200 range, average 72. Okay, it doesn't have to be 72, but average 72, right? At the same time, the 21 EMA on a monthly basis, you know, on the BLX chart, right, we haven't been able to close below it, at least for a short term. You can see we retested it twice. Now we finna retest it. That's one of the reasons I'm looking for the you know, the 72 area to be a major support. And at the same time, I'm going to show you the 71 area, why 71 is so important at the same time, right? So, but it's the same area, 72, 71, 73. Market is too volatile to try to pick a number, right? So let's just say low 7K. So low 7K going to be very important. I would not be shorting BTC, right? Below this, at or below this area this month, okay? If like we get the breakout, let's say, you know, April 1st, April 2nd, we can basically take that breakout and then basically short it. If we get the breakout to the upside the first week of the month, also, you know, it's going to be a bullish sign, at least for the short term, right? So basically the current basically momentum is bearish. That's the only thing you need to know. We're very bearish, but it doesn't mean, right, it doesn't mean BTC can pump back up on a lower degree to 82, 83, 8400 range, and then we're all gonna call for a moon, and then basically, you know the rest. We're gonna basically dump back down like to the low 7K, right? So every bounce is a short opportunity, at least for the short term. Hey, what's up, Valentine? Thanks a lot for tuning in. Hey, what's up, Brionos1? Thanks a lot for tuning in. So every single bounce, guys, on the lower degree, it is basically it is just a short opportunity, guys. It is just a short opportunity. So most of you guys been watching, you know, so been watching over the last few months. So let's dive into the weekly, the 3 weeks chart. Okay, that's a 21 day, right? So let's do it like this. Let's take a look at the 3 weeks chart, right? So when you take a look at the 3 weeks chart, very important, guys. Actually, you can see the difference between the 3 weeks and then the 21 day chart, right? So when I do 21 days, you can see the difference, right? But when I do 3 weeks, not 3 weeks, not you. When I do 3 weeks, it is even looking bad. Okay, it's looking like I mean, I don't know, I don't even know how to describe it. Okay, it is looking very bad. But let's just stick with our 21 days candle, right? You can see 21 day candle, very engulfing. We just about this area of roughly on the BLX. We just have to switch it because it is telling us it is at basically 8K. Let's move down to Bitstamp. looks better. So it is very dangerous, guys. The market is looking very dangerous, right? So if you take a look at it on the macro scale, from 3 month to monthly to basically 3 weeks chart, okay, down to the weekly, we don't have any sign of a bull market. It's no sign of a bull market. You don't want to start a bull market like this, okay? That's not a way you're going to start a bull market. I'm just going to show you very quickly. If you go back in 2020, basically 2014, 2015, 16, and so on, it's not the same. We don't see like a, you know, you cannot find any sort of like from you know, July 2015 and upward, right? You cannot find any sign of basically bearishness. Yes, you got one engulfing candle, but you see what happened next week. The next following weeks, we got a very engulfing bullish uptrend. But right now, that's not the case. Okay, that's not the case. We got a bullish candle, bearish candle, and then now we're getting another engulfing one. That's not good at all. Okay, that's not good at all. It means like, the only way I can basically describe this area is like this area of basically mid 8K, going to be very crucial. We're not going to be able to break it. We're not going to be able to break it easily. Okay, it doesn't mean we're not going to break it. The only way I think we could break it is like we're going to get a 40% pump, just like what happened like in this area. Okay, and you can see at the same time coincidentally, right, you can see even though we pump on the 3-week chart 40%, we could not break this line of basically 8800. Very, very clear. You guys can see it, right? We pump 40% on the 3-week basis. We could not. Okay, resistance, support, resistance, and now another one. Okay, so it is pretty much clear, guys. If like we retest like 88 mid 8k, let's say 85 to 8800 range, it is going to be very crucial. We most likely not going to break it, and I really don't see us basically breaking 8800 within the next few, let's say, few days. Okay, because that's a 3-week chart. This candle going to close just about like the 23rd, something like that. Okay, 23rd, 24th, we're going to close this candle. So we got almost let's say 14 days, guys. So it's a lot, guys. We got almost like another 13-14 days to go to close this candle. So that's a lot. Okay, it is a lot, right? So you just got to be very, very careful, at least for the short term, right? But the bullish sign is like if this candle closes just about this area, okay, let's say within the next 3 weeks, right, we close below this area of 72, right, BTC going to be bullish on the micro scale. Okay, it is like you don't want to short BTC after we close this candle below like a 7100. Okay, it's going to bounce back up. I don't see us basically you know, with a 3 weeks bearish engulfing candle. I don't see us doing it. Okay, even though the market is very, very bad, you know, at least for the short term, I can see we can find a temporary support and try to retest like a 8k, and then basically drop back down to our basically you know, weekly 200 MA, which is just about like a mid 5k area. So the key area on the macro scale, number one area, okay, it is going to be low 7k. The second key area going to be basically 5500, and then you know, the most important key area going to be like a mid to high, basically 4k. So we just got to keep that in mind. But on the upside, we just got to pay clear attention to basically mid 8k up to like 8800, right? I think like 9k is or 10k is already dead. I don't think we're gonna, I'm not saying we will not retest it, but the way the market is looking, I would not bet like my money on basically going back to 10k. So it is just what it is. Okay, it doesn't mean you cannot buy BTC and sell it, but I'm just telling you, I'm not gonna buy BTC low 7k, just try to sell it at basically, you know, 10k. Okay, if I buy it at 7k, I might sell it at 8k, 8500 or so, and so on, right, and get out, stuff like that. So but it's up to you. Okay, it is not financial advice, right? Hey, what's up, Crypto Lean? So another thing, okay, I don't do time analysis, but I don't think, okay, guys, we got a good chance as a bear, okay, to basically retest 5k within the next few days. Okay, so let's be realistic. I'm 85% bearish, but at the same time, guys, at the same time, I do not believe, okay, we're gonna retest 5k within the next 2 to 3 weeks. It can happen, okay, but realistically, okay, I do not believe so. So another important key area, it is like this 4900 range. Okay, I just said it. The 3-month chart and then the 3 weeks chart, they got something in common. It is the 100 EMA, okay, on the 3 weeks chart. Okay, the 100 EMA on the 3 weeks chart, it is the same as the 21 EMA on the 3-month chart. They both at 4900. So I'm gonna show you the 3-month chart. So they both at the same exact price area. So we got a very, very good, we could get a very good support at 5k. Okay, 5k to a basically mid 5k, going to be a very, very good support. And another thing also, we do not want to close this 3-month chart with a shooting star. Okay, I'm just telling you guys, it's going to be very bearish. Okay, so that's one of the reasons we just don't want to close below, like, let's say 68, 69, something like that. Okay, on the BLX chart it's going to be 71, but on Bitstamp it is going to be like the open was just about like 7160. Okay, 7160. So we just don't want to close below 7160. If we close below 7160, guys, like I told you last month, right, when I said if BTC closes below 9K or so, we're gonna get a candle like this. Not on the weekly, not on the daily, not on the monthly, but we're gonna get it on the 3-month chart, guys. I mean, guys, I don't care how much of a moon boy you are. If we get this candle, right, like within the next 3 weeks, we close it, like let's say BTC closes below 7170, and we get a search candle on the 3-month chart, not monthly, not weekly, not daily, not hourly, but on the 3-month chart, guys, 90 days. If this candle closes like this, guys, we're gonna go to the abyss. Okay, so we just gotta keep that in mind. It's gonna be really bad. It's going to be really bad, guys. So let's just try to keep the price above 7170, 7170, and we can play around like the 7K area, and then basically try to get back up above 8K, and then basically try to find a possible bull market route. Otherwise, it's gonna look very bad. So now let's dive into the daily analysis. Okay, so the daily analysis not looking good so far. We got a very bearish candle yesterday, so we broke this area. I was still looking for, guys, a rebound from this area of 8K. You guys know 82 to 85 been my basically strong support range, but we just broke it, guys. We just broke it. I was still expecting another bounce to get this flat right there, right, and then get this move. But you can see, guys, market is very bearish. That's one of the reasons why I didn't long it. Okay, I'll try to long it like a low 8K, because it is very bearish. Okay, a bullish, not a bullish, but a bearish engulfing candle. You don't want to be try to long like a bearish engulfing candle. So just wait till market start moving sideways, and then you find a long position. But other than that, every single bounce right now, it is a short opportunity. Okay, every single bounce, it is a short opportunity. And at the same time, we lost the bullish divergence. Not the divergence, but we lost this bullish crossover on the MACD. What does it mean? Okay, it means we are very bearish. Okay, it means, guys, we're gonna need to get a bullish crossover, and at the same time, all right, we're gonna get this bullish crossover, and after that, we're gonna wait for the MACD to approximately drop back down and give us a basically double bottom, right? And this double bottom, it's gonna take a while, guys, to get this double bottom, right? You can see back in just about this area, when we dropped from like roughly around like a 10K, it took us like this. It took us almost like from September, right? Late September, all the way up to November, okay, to get a clean double bottom. Took us almost like, guys, it took us almost over 60 days. Okay, 60 days to get a basically clean double bottom. So can you imagine, like, after this basically we don't even have a basically crossover here. It could take us also another 60 days just to get a basically a double bottom, right? And basically you can even take a look at it on the 2 days chart. The 2 days chart, could take us like another basically 3-5 months before getting a double bottom. Okay, so you can see it right there, right? We got one just about October, and then we got another one just about December. Just about 2 months. Okay, just about 2 months, right? But the difference is, like, this one we got it like when BTC basically dropped heavily, but right now we're not even like at this point to get any basically bullish momentum, right? And it could take us just about like a 3 to 4 weeks to get this type of basically bullish crossover, at least for the short term. So every single bounce is basically a short opportunity, not a long opportunity, at least for the short term. Could this be a basically a second bottom? How you get a second bottom when this bottom is not I mean, this is it is totally different. Okay, this bottom and that bottom is totally different. Okay, this is going to lead us to our next question, right? Next basically topic. So which means, like, we basically keep looking to the upside, right? But we're not basically paying attention to the downside, right? So let's say you got a strong move to the upside, right? And then you drop down, and then you push back up. So and market is now dropping. So what do you say? Do you say like this is the bottom, this is the second bottom, right? And this is your first bottom. So okay, that's what you're assuming, right? This is your first bottom, that's your second bottom, right? So why are you assuming this is your second bottom? Why can't you assume like your next bottom is right there? Why can't you assume like you got another bottom right there? Okay, we're gonna make a new low, right? Because it is very important, right? One of the reasons why it is very important, when you get a let's say your starting point is basically this point, right? And then your top is going to be that point, right? So let's say you get this move from swing low to swing high, you retrace back 50%, right? And then you push back up to your previous let's say 0.786, right? You pull back up to 0.786, just like what BTC did, right? And you drop back down to 0.618. You drop back down to 0.618. Now it is a big question. Now you drop back down to 0.618. Now you're like, okay, which way are we going? So which way are we going, right? That's why it is very important to pay special attention to your macro scale, because you drop back down to 0.618, but you really don't know if, okay, you're going to be dropping down to the next retracement from this swing low to swing high. Remember, you just drop back down to 50%, right? And then now you drop back down to your basically 0.618 of this you know, small uptrend, but you still got a 0.618 right there. Okay, you still got a 0.618 right there. So why are you not saying we're gonna drop back down to this macro scale 0.618? Okay, so one of the reasons why I'm showing you this, because if you pay clear attention on to BTC, right, you can see, let me just remove this, we pump like from 3k to 14k, right? And we drop down to where? To 50% pullback, right? And what we did, we pumped back up, almost pumped back up, right, to just about like 0.618 to 0.786, right? Now we're dropping back down. We just dropped back down to like 0.618 now, right? We drop back down to 0.618. You see what I'm saying, right? So you see where I'm going, right? So now this is 0.618. But remember guys, you still got on the macro scale, I call this one macro because, you know, the small pump is very small, right? We still got another 0.618 right there, right? You got another 0.618. So basically just assuming, right, you're gonna ignore, you want to ignore this move, this big move, got a 0.618. This small move got its 0.618 right there. But why you want to ignore this big move 0.618 and just want to acknowledge this move 0.618? What's wrong with it? Okay, what's wrong with it? So this move at 0.618 going to be exactly at 5,500, and we said it exactly. If you take a look at the 200-day, not the 200-day, but the 200 weekly moving average, you can see it exactly. It is where it is a nice confluence, right? It is exactly at 0.618. So that's one of the reasons, okay, why I'm 85% bearish, guys. I'm 85% bearish. I said it long time ago. If we close the monthly candle, okay, I'm gonna move from 60% bearish. If we close the monthly candle below 88, I'm gonna move from basically 60% bearish to 85% bearish. Okay, so keep that in mind. And at the same time, you take a look at your MACD. Most of you guys, if you're honest to yourself, right, you've been calling for what? Bull run, right? You say we in a bull run. So what do you call this now? Answer yourself. Okay, I'll let you answer yourself, right? What do you call this? This is a bullish. What do you call this? Bearish. So this basically confirms our basic analysis, right? We could be facing lower numbers. Okay, these lower numbers, guys, they're not gonna come very easily. Okay, so you know, don't be too bullish. Like if you see like a BC pump 7 to 10%, and you be like, okay, we're going to the moon. It's not a moon time, guys. It is a time for basically to enjoy these red days. Yeah, BTC love the 0.618 also. Okay, that's one of the title, right? So that's why I just explained to you guys why 0.618 is very important. I just explained to you guys. So if you want to rewatch it, just rewind the video and understand like why 0.618 is very important for BTC. And we just dropped down to like a 0.618, but it doesn't mean okay we cannot break it, right? 0.618 just about 76, just about like a 76.50 range. So it is quite incredible. Let's see. Okay, let's see if we're going to be able to break it, because we got our basically weekly 100 EMA on Bitstamp just about like a 74. So it is okay, it is just the same range. Okay, we might just wick down to this weekly 100 EMA just about low 7k, and then I basically get a bounce back up to the weekly 21 EMA. And most analysts going to be bullish, because like I said, we can get a bounce and then get this three-way move back up. I don't think we're going to break this area easily. Okay, I'm not saying we're going to break it, but my expectation is telling me we could basically find another support just by this area for a possible fake out for us to call call for BTC basically bull market, and then we're going to get the next leg down, right? This is going to lead us to our next topic. Most of you guys pretty familiar with our macro scale. This is basically just about Elliott wave perspective, right? So on a weekly basis, we got three-way move. Okay, this is a clean three-way move down, right? You can see it, right? So what do we got next? So we got what do we got next? We got another reversal pattern, which is one. We call this one. We said that's the top. We drop back down. Okay, we thought we still gonna drop back down, but BTC gave us this move. Okay, but we anticipated it. The good thing is, like we said, exactly. Okay, even though we expecting BTC to drop down to 57, that's what I was expecting, right? If we don't get 57, right, we can still get this move back up to 10.5, right, and then still drop back down to basically mid 5k, and then get this move back up. Okay, so even though most people are pretty much very bearish, I wouldn't be bearish as long as we retest this area. So remember this, guys. Like I said, I'm 85% bearish, but I'm gonna be bullish as long as we retest the mid 5k all the way down to basically 48, 49. My extreme bearishness is basically 48, right? 48 to 49, stuff like that. But start buying. I would love to see BTC at mid 5k, right, and buy all the BTC I can, because I think we're gonna get this move back up. I don't think we're gonna break 14k, right? I really don't think we're gonna break 14k, because we're gonna get another leg down. So you gotta keep that in mind. The bear market could last for another 2 years, guys. So if you don't understand what's going on, you're still gonna be like, oops, right? We're gonna be going to the moon, and it's not gonna be that easy. Okay, this move still gonna give us a WXY correction on the macro scale. So this is still a W, and then we're gonna get this X, and then we get another Y to the to the downside, which could give us a double bottom just about 3k, and then we can look for a bull market, right? So let's keep that in mind, at least for the short term. But that's the setup I'm saying, at least within the next I'm anticipating within the next few months. It's not something like I'm anticipating within the next few weeks. So that's like a 2 year setup. Okay, so do not get very excited about buying some cheap BTC, because you're not gonna get it that easy. You are scaring me, Sen. Stop this. I'm sorry, man. I don't mean to scare you. I'm just trying to show it to you like it is. When the market is red, it is red. It's nothing you can do. Okay, when the market is green, you can watch Moon Boys, and then you can, they're gonna tell you market gonna go to the moon, right? And like I showed you guys, when BTC was just about this area, I said do not long BTC above 10k, and do not long BTC. If you've been watching this channel long enough, we exactly said it. Okay, you do whatever you want, right? But at least for the short term, I did not long BTC above 10k. Okay, even though I went into long BTC, because I said it, I'm bullish if we break what, 12k, right? It was looking bullish, so I'm like, okay, we're gonna take a long right there, but I did not take it that way at above 10k, right? So I was looking when we got that pump above 10k, like a 10.3. I was waiting for it to retrace down to 98, right? 98 to 97 to take the long, but it was looking very weird. So I was like, let's just short it down. This sucker is not looking beautiful. So basically we shorted it from like a 10.3 all the way down to like a 86, 87 range. and basically it bounced back up to 91. I was still looking to long it at 91, honestly, right? But it was looking very shaky on the lower degree, like on the hourly. So I was like, no, this is not what I'm looking for. This is not what I'm looking for. So I woke up, it dropped down. So I was waiting for this pump back up. It kept dropping. Okay, it keeps dropping. But at least, you know, the most important thing is like, you got to be able to recognize what BTC is telling you. Okay, so you're not going to recognize it at 100% all the time, but even if you can catch it like 50% out of time, let's say BTC is telling you I'm about to drop and you get out, that's pretty good. Okay, that's pretty good. Even 50%, not even 80%, but 50%, if you can get out when you need to get out, and basically don't get wrecked, stuff like that, you're gonna be okay, right? You're gonna be okay. What's up, Kiko Pombo? So BTC seems to be holding at the BTC log curve indicator. I mean, everybody got their own indicator. I got my own, not my own indicator, but I've been following one indicator. Right now it is just about like low 6K, right? Most of you guys know the indicator I'm talking about, the Trololo trend line. Haven't been talking about it because price is so far away from it. It is just about like a 60, 62, something like that. I can show it to you. So you just go on TradingView. You can add the Trololo valuation model on a weekly basis. Only check it on a weekly basis. Right now it is at 63. You know, right now the Trololo line right there, you can see it, right? It is at 63.19. So the reason why I've been following this Trololo line, because right around this area, that's what I use basically to spot the BTC bottom and said, you know, BTC has bottom. BTC has bottom. You can go check my channel back in like you know, I think like January 27. That's when I uploaded that video. Okay, said BTC has bottom, and then we most likely gonna go all the way up to 6K, 10K, and so on, right? And we did that exactly. So we just have to be very careful regarding like what we believe and what we want to believe, right? So, but at the same time, we never broke this line like you know, more than 5%. So it kind of scared me myself. I'm still looking for like, you know, I'm looking for mid 5K, but currently it is just about like 63. Okay, but mid 5K and 63 is not a lot. It's only 10%. So it is okay. You know, we can wick down to 55 in 1 week and not close below 55. Okay, let's say we drop down to you know, 63, okay, which is the current price of the Trololo, right? So it has a growth rate of 1.13% per week. Okay, so you can do the math and you can understand like at what price it is going to be within the next few weeks, right? So let's say we drop down to like a 63 within the next few weeks, right? We might not close below 63 because that's a weekly basis. Let's say we might drop all the way down to like a, let's say 48, right? Drop all the way down to 48 from like Sunday, right? By let's say Sunday, right? We drop all the way down to 48, but before the next Sunday we pump back up above 63. Okay, so it means, okay, we're not gonna close below it, right? We're not gonna close below it, but we just retested it. So that is also possible. Okay, so let's keep that in mind. Kind of like the way we drop from like a 91 to like a 77, 1300 points. Let's say we pump back up to 88, right? So we already pumped 1000 points. So it is something like we just gotta keep that in mind. We gotta keep in mind, right? So regarding BTC follow the market, guys. So it follow the stocks. So the stock market, because you know, I just showed you, if you go on my basically let's do this. And by the way, follow me guys on Twitter, you know, send crypto 0. If you haven't been following me, make sure to follow me on basically on Twitter. Let's do this. Let me show you what I'm talking about. It follows it, man. Like, I published an article like last week on the 2nd March regarding BTC following the stock market. So So make sure to follow me on basically on TradingView, so you can basically get these updates. And at the same time, you know, I will be doing like some streaming on you know, some public streaming on TradingView, because you know YouTube be tripping, right? So make sure to follow me, okay? So you can see all these video updates from like basically my premium group. So for you know, from TradingView, not just YouTube, right? So this is what I just updated a couple weeks ago, not a couple weeks ago, but last week on the 2nd. So you can go on my basically TradingView and read it and see what I'm telling you. When I was saying like the weekly 200 MA on the for the Dow is just about like 23.6. okay, we just hit 23.6, just about 23.6 today, right? So that's a weekly basically that's a weekly weekly you know, 200 MA for the you know, for the Dow, right? So gotta keep that in mind, guys. Let's do this. So make sure to follow me on TradingView, so you're gonna be able to read it. And at the same time, if I'm going live, you know, if I'm doing a live stream on you know, on TradingView, you're gonna be able to participate, right? And get the good details, right? Because the market is very volatile, guys. If you guys don't be careful and basically get the right information, you might be thinking like we're in a bull market, but market is not in a bull market, right? So let's dive into the lower degree. Let's say the hourly. Okay, we're gonna talk about the hourly time frame. So hourly time frame, we're starting to get like some small divergence on the lower degree. That's pretty good. I'm starting to see like a very good volume at the very bottom. So you could say like, right, you know, we bottom. Okay, if you say like we bottom on the lower degree, I will acknowledge it. Okay, I will say, hey guys, it is a very good probability. Okay, we got a very good chance, okay, to go back up above what, above 8K. But we just gotta keep something in mind, guys. We gotta keep something in mind. We're not gonna be able to break this 100 EMA on the hourly time frame very easily. Currently it is just about like 85.10, something like that. Even though the buying pressure is very good, okay, I love this buying pressure. It is starting to engulf the previous selling pressure, and at the same time we just got a very big selling pressure within the last few hours. So it is a sign of a trend, you know, slowing down, not reversing, but slowing down. Okay, so you can see like we basically making some lower lows with some lower volumes. So that's a good sign, at least for the bulls, to be able to get out of their longs if like we get another pump, right? Because you gotta think about it, most people are gonna basically sell as soon as we pump back up above like 8K. Most people are gonna try to get out. Okay, so unless like the market makers try to fool you and pump it above 9K, that's very possible. So you gotta be able to put your stop loss. If you basically shorting BTC right now, put a stop loss, because you know they can basically pump it and basically liquidate all these short position right there. Okay, all these short position above like 91, 92 area. So keep that in mind, right? Volume is basically showing. So that's what I'm saying. I'm bearish on the macro scale, but the lower degree we got a chance of basically pushing back up, because most of you guys calling for bottom. Okay, 76, right? 76 is a bottom. The lowest I'm anticipating this month, it is 72 average, so pretty much very close, less than 5%. Okay, so I can accept like a 76 being like the bottom temporarily, not like for the bull market, but code temporarily. Okay, so and then we could find another bounce back up, all right, above a low to mid 8K, right, low to mid 8K, and then basically before finding another basically you know, another capitulation move, right? But I don't see any bull, like a bull run type of structure, at least for the short term on the lower degree. Okay, so let's take a look at it on the take a look at the MACD. The MACD was looking good though. RSI was also looking good, looking bad. so you can see like the RSI is looking. It is a very good time to buy, right? It is a very good time to buy if you're not leveraging, basically. Okay, if you're not leveraging. So but if you're leveraging, you cannot long BTC without confirmation. Okay, so that's the difference. So you can see like we got this bullish crossover on the MACD. So what you want to do, you want to wait for a price to go back up. Okay, So if let's just to, just to test your basically just to test your confirmation and your confidence level. Okay, so you can let it bounce back up. You don't do anything, you just let it bounce back up, and price gonna come back down. Okay, it's gonna come back down. So your MACD gonna do the same thing, but your MACD, okay, it's not gonna cross the low. Okay, you're gonna get this double bottom, and price can either break this low, right, and even retest down like to 7150s and so on, and you're gonna get your bullish divergence. So this move, that's the one you're gonna start looking for, this move. Okay, so let's see on the hourly basis if we can make this structure. It is not guaranteed if like we can make it, but I'm looking for still 71, low 7k, average like 7200 range to support the price. If not, we can definitely just get this move and pump back up, but that's going to be very bearish because we're just going to be pumping to the upside with no divergence. Okay, so it means like if the MACD gets up to this area and we start seeing some selling pressure, we're most likely going to break 76 next time we drop below it, because it's not very strong. Okay, but at the same time, this could get a confirmation if we get this RSI on the hourly time frame of 45 minutes, better yet, right? You can check your 45 minutes oversold, overbought, right? If it is overbought, you could definitely, okay, you could definitely look for a short opportunity. Okay, if it is extremely overbought within the next few hours. Okay, because we don't have any reason for this RSI to be overbought within the next few hours. So any pump to the upside could be a short opportunity, not a long. Okay, not a long. We hit 74 on Gemini, so that's pretty good. Okay, that's pretty good since we hit the 74. Hey, what's up, Crit? Hey, what's up? Just since like 2017, man. Back in 2017, I was like most of you guys. Okay, I've been like thinking like we're gonna go to 100k, guys, and you watch most notable YouTubers, they're gonna tell you guys 6k was the bottom. So I was really pissed after we broke 6k. I was like, these guys you look up to, okay, they telling you with a very high confidence level, 6k was the bottom, and then basically you went all in. Not, I mean, of course it's not financial advice, right? You go all in, and then basically what do? You see like a BTC drop 50%, right? So that's one of the reasons why why I said, okay, I'm not going to listen to anybody. And please, okay, even you guys listening to me, do your own research. Okay, do your own research, and basically do not listen to anyone. Okay, even if I say like a 57 is the bottom, make sure to do your own research. I'm giving you the information. I'm not telling you guys it is going to happen. I'm just giving you a detailed market analysis, not just like not just like we got a head and shoulder and blah blah blah. I can find like a multiple head and shoulder in this market where we basically failed to break. Okay, so you go back in basically 2018, right? You can see we got a head and shoulder right there, guys. I was very excited. So the rest of the market gonna tell you guys we're going to the moon, right? And we're gonna hit like a $80,000 BTC in 2020. I mean 2018 actually, right? So we got a head and shoulder right there. Okay, so I can show you multiple head and shoulder, but if you don't understand market structure, all you're gonna base your analysis on is like based on head and shoulders, based on cup and handle and good stuff like that, right? So but it is good to recognize patterns, yes, but it is good to understand like the macro scale. And at the same time, as soon as we got this move, you can see, okay, you can recognize this move, right? That's a lower low. Okay, you recognize these patterns. That's the same structure I show my guys, right? I said, look at it, we got the same structure. It looks even better. It looks even better, right? You can see this low low. I was like, this is a sign of basically a sign of bearishness. It is a sign of bearishness, and you can see it at the same time. We got another head and shoulder right there. Okay, most guys were saying like we're going to where we're gonna get this 120 extension. I was saying, guys, most of you guys been following me back then since like when last year's this time, right? I was saying 13k is the top. 13k, we call the top, we call this top, we call this top, we call this top, we call this top, and we said do not do not fool with this one. So every single tap, I don't have problem like finding the top, okay? So that's one thing, guys, you have to remember, okay? You know, I don't have any problem finding the top, okay? Sometimes bottom can give you like a tough time because of this big pump, but at the same time, you know, we able basically to recognize like multiple bottom formations, such as the 3K area, and at the same time, you know, this this top formation, we basically recognize it and said, guys, do not long it above 10.5. Do not long it above 10.5. Do not long it above 10.5. So Valentine's, you scaring me, saying I'm not trying to scare you guys. Could it, I think I already answered that question. Somebody say BTC spot price 5,400 is very real. We most likely we got a very good chance, okay? Nothing is guaranteed in this market, but we got a good chance, okay? Looking at all the structure, the macro scale, the moving averages, our Fibonacci, our volume. We haven't even talked about the volume, okay? So most of you guys understand like volume is very important when you basically doing any sort of you know, analysis, okay? Any sort of analysis, volume is very important. You can see trading view volume, and at the same time this time volume is very low. So you only get low volume when you're correcting, okay? Correction always comes with low volume. So we're correcting, we're still correcting. So you can see like you can see this move, three-way move, right? We've been doing a lot of basically you know, price action up and down and so on, but the volume is basically depleting. It's going to zero, and we haven't seen a capitulation yet, because in order to capitulate, this volume has to break this area. That's why I'm saying like you got to be very careful and pay attention to the macro scale. You can see this volume right there on Bitstamp, on basically Coinbase, even on Coinbase. If like we can get this next big volume to be equal, okay, or greater than this volume, this red volume, then we can say, hey guys, it is time to moon. Okay, it is time to moon. But this big volume on Coinbase, even on Binance, but Binance, I'm starting to be very careful with Binance, right? But at least for the short term, Coinbase, you know, big spike in volume was pretty much real volume, right? So for more volume, so you can see it. Okay, we got similar structure at the very bottom again, back in you know, November 2018. And also we got another one right there, February. Okay, big spike in volume, showing like it is time to deplete. Okay, it is time to go to the, you know, to go to the bottom, right? So, but the structure is clean, guys. Nothing crazy about this structure. It is pretty much clean. You know, you just gotta be blind to not see this structure and not understand like Elliott wave, not to see the structure. But yeah, we most likely, okay, we most likely gonna go to the abyss. Don't pay attention to this, okay? I'm just drawing. Hey, I mean, if BC drop, of course most alt are gonna drop, right? They're all gonna drop. Ethereum, we haven't even started talking about Ethereum, so let's dive into Ethereum, guys. Ethereum, you know, next trading range, we already talked about it. I don't want to give too much information, so if you want to get you know, extra information, make sure to join our premium group for these daily analysis and price action setups, okay? So Ethereum, it's not looking bad. You know, when you take a look at it on the weekly, you might be saying, oh, we're still bullish. It's only like 3 weeks of a downtrend. If you go back in basically January, December 2018, you can see we made the same structure. Absolutely, okay? You could say that, but this time it is pretty much very different, okay? It is very different. In terms of moving averages, Ethereum is facing like a major resistances, such as the 25 MA on the monthly, and at the same time, you take a look at it on the monthly. Let's take a look at it. So the monthly time frame is very important when you basically try to look for long-term perspective. You always want to, you know, pay clear attention to your basically a monthly you know, monthly chart and listen to what the monthly chart is telling you guys. So 25 moving average, and basically on the monthly basis you can see we got 2 rejections. Okay, so we got 2 rejections, right? So we got 2 rejections, but you're gonna be like, hey guys, how am I gonna know when Ethereum going to pump, right, to go back up to the monthly 25 MA, right? You got to pay attention to your weekly basis. Okay, so we said exactly, right, just about like a couple of weeks ago, we said if Ethereum break above, not a couple of weeks ago but a couple of months ago, if Ethereum breaks the 25 MA on a weekly basis, it's going to be bullish. Okay, it's going to be very, very bullish. So, you know, we basically took a long, we didn't take the long right after we broke it, but we took it like just about 190, 195, and then been taking profit all the way up to like a 279 to 285, right? 270. And after that, I was like, we have to break 289, right, on a monthly basis for me to be bullish on Ethereum. So it's not like we're just gonna jump on basically long Ethereum above this area, but I was actually looking for a short, but we just didn't get it to basically, I think 289 to 295, but we did not get it after that drop, you know, at the very top, the V shape. I was looking for this reversal, this move. I was looking for Ethereum to just try to break this double top, just about like just about 295. Okay, but it did not pump enough. It just capitulated down. So at least for the short term, you can see the volume, you know, on the lower degree, Ethereum, Poloniex. That's very scary, guys. You see, that's very scary, very scary. You go back in 2018, even though we dropped with a very low volume. We dropped with a very low volume. So this move was pretty much very corrective, and a double bottom probably just about 0.618. Let's double check. Okay, a double bottom just about 0.618. So you can see like the correction is different. The drop we got from the, you know, the bottom back in 2018 was with the low volume, right? You can see big volume to start the big move, low volume for correction. It is pretty normal, like it is just a correction, right? But this one, right, we went up with a, you know, a decent volume. It wasn't low, but it was pretty much decent, right? But at the very top, we're starting to get a very big volume. That's not good at all. That's not good at all. But it means, okay, if we get a pullback from Ethereum from this point on, right, let's say we get a pullback, it is just going to be a short opportunity, because the pullback might be with a low volume. You know, if like we get a pullback, it is just going to be another short opportunity, just like this, guys, just like this. You can see big volume, right? So, you know, big volume right there. Okay, so I was looking for Ethereum actually to pump back up to like a 245 also, but we basically, you know, did not basically get Ethereum to pump back up to 245. That was like after the drop, because we took a long from like a 230 to 245, and then basically it was too late. I, you know, went to sleep, woke up, Ethereum drop. I was waiting for it to basically pump back up to 245 so we can knock it down to like a 225 and so on. But you can see it just basically capitulated. So best thing to do, don't FOMO. Right, market gonna be around forever, and that's one of the reasons basically we love the market, because of the volatility. So you just basically be careful. It is at resistance, right? I'm still looking for a possible, okay, we don't have to get it, but it is very possible we can get this small, you know, sideways correction. Okay, a possible sideways correction. The volume is too big for any further move to the upside to break like 20, you know, $300, and not even talking about, I mean, to break like 20K and so on, go back to like $1,000 and so on, right? So keep that in mind, guys. Go long on toilet paper. Yeah, Gemini 7.3. Whoa, that was my monthly low, 7.3, 7.2. So let's see, okay. I should be bullish if like we already retested 70, 72. So hey guys, make sure to go to my channel, and also on my YouTube channel, make sure to basically let me know what you think, right, regarding you know, if basically 76 is the bottom, because most people are going to be calling for 76 being the bottom, and we're going to get wrecked again. Okay, we're going to get wrecked again. We're going to get wrecked again. What I mean, we like retails. Okay, so because if you listen, like I don't listen to YouTubers, so if you listen to YouTubers and then you basically you know, you basically FOMOing if like we basically push to the upside, right? So let's dive into Litecoin and Bitcoin Cash. Litecoin looking very, very weak though. Could be making a new low, right? Probably could be making a new low. $47 Litecoin, no sign of reversal. If we break this $37 area for Litecoin, guys, it's gonna be very nasty. It is just telling me, guys, this is very weak. The way Litecoin is looking, no sign of reversal. That's not correction. That's like a continuation. Okay, this is not a correction. Correction is slow, choppy, and kind of like a sideways. It's not vertical. This is vertical. Correction don't be vertical. Correction is like kind of like a sideways, but this is too vertical. Okay, and I wouldn't be even like a I don't think like this area of 37 could hold for Litecoin, guys. So but let's see if we break it, guys. I've been calling for Litecoin mid $20 and like even down to like a I don't want to say those numbers, but let's see once we break like a 20k, not 20k but $20 Litecoin, we're going to talk about like the type of a price level I'm looking for, at least for the short term for Litecoin. Okay, but right now it is not acceptable to talk about Litecoin dropping like to $10, right? So let's just focus on $20 Litecoin, and basically if like we break $20, we can focus on the next price level. But keep in mind, next support for Litecoin, it is nothing but, guys, 37. So which means like BTC could be facing lower numbers. All right, could be facing lower numbers. So if Litecoin going to be dropping below, not below, but just about $40 to like a $35, we don't have any support right now. We don't have any support for Litecoin. You take a look at it, bang, swing low, swing high. We just retested 0.618. 0.618 is very bearish. I know it is a bullish in terms of like a reversal, but you can reverse just to go back. You can go back up to like your previous 382, which means Litecoin could possibly retest like a $60, right? If the bulls are strong enough. I don't think they are. And then basically before, you know, reversing down to this area of 1.27 to 1.41. At least for the short term, that's what I see. 1.27, 1.41. One of the reasons I'm choosing it because it's very important. Okay, whenever you get a structure correction and you break your low, you know, your very next support going to be, you know, 1.27. That's your very next area you should be looking for, and 1.41. So it is going to be like a 27 to, let's say, mid 25. Okay, mid 25, mid 20s. Okay, mid 20s, at least for the short term, right? That's almost like another 50% cut. So I wouldn't be expecting it like within the next few days. Okay, so just give it some time to basically move sideways, get a double bottom. We at 0.618, so I wouldn't be messing with Litecoin right now, right? I'm not saying it's not going to drop, but I wouldn't be messing with it, trying to short it. Best thing to do is like accumulate $50 all the way down to like a 0.786, because we're going to get a bounce from this area. Okay, let's say from $50 all the way down to like a 42. That's like almost let's say 20% drop, right? So we're gonna get a bounce from this area of 42 to $50, or we're gonna get some sideways correction, blah blah blah, and you're gonna be able to get out. But we're not looking good. Okay, Litecoin is not looking good. So let's go and take a look at King XRP. Somebody call it toilet XRP. No, XRP is not a toilet. It is holding very strong, guys. Let's just give it a shot. So XRP, similarly, I said it, you know, if you watch our previous update, I said XRP, if, okay, we do not go back to, you know, this area of 26.65 range, we're most likely going to be dropping down to a 20 cents range. Okay, I was looking forward to retest 26, but it was too weak. Okay, that's one of the reasons I was saying, you know, XRP was looking so weak. That's not good for BTC. So you have to monitor these coins, guys, XRP and EOS. You got to be able to monitor. If BTC is going up strongly and XRP is not doing well, most of the time, you know, it means like, you know, BTC could be facing some serious tough times, within the next few trading sessions. So let's take a look at XRP on a weekly. Yep, XRP is king. Somebody just say so. Man, most of these alt guys, they're gonna find new lows. I mean, not versus the BTC value, but they dollar value, guys. You take a look at NEO, is almost like $9.60. That's NEO going back up, going back down to its previous low. Going to be like just about $5, guys. That's another almost 50% cut. So that's not good at all, guys. But XRP could get a new lows also, okay? But I'm expecting 13 cents, right? As you know, guys, I'm expecting 13 cents XRP. The structure we got right there was very, very bearish also. So even though we were able to push back up, but above like a 32 cents, we weren't able to stay above 32 cents last month. So I was like, that's very bearish for XRP, okay? That's very bearish. So what are we looking for XRP right now? Drop down to like a mid 10 cents, okay? Mid 10 cents, give or take, okay? So it doesn't have to be accurate, but we got to be able to hold very strong this area of all the way down to like 11, even all the way down to 11, because 11 was the absolute low. 11 cents. I know most of you guys are going to be shocked to see XRP at 11, but I won't, okay? I won't. Best thing to do is just accumulate. If we drop down like below 20 cents, accumulate within this range. I know it's a 50% drop, but it could be very quick, okay? It could be a very quick drop. It's not going to be like a 2 years 50% drop, all that nonsense. It could be like a 1 week drop. You accumulate, pick it up, sell it at $1, $2, right? So hey, AA, send a look at LTC. So I just checked LTC, man. Yep. Yes, the BTC pair for alt. I don't know why, but most of my followers like to, basically analyze. Let's check Ethereum. Ethereum BTC. Ethereum BTC is holding very strong. It's not dropping. That's kind of scary though. That is very scary. It is scary in a bullish way, but at the same time, it is scary in a very, very bearish way. Okay, what I mean by that, okay, Ethereum is dropping in dollar value. Okay, but it's not dropping versus BTC strongly. What does it mean? It means, okay, once Ethereum start to drop versus BTC, we could see like some serious low numbers for Ethereum. All right, so you just gotta do the math, right? So think about it, right? Ethereum is not dropping versus BTC. It is dropping, but not strongly. But if Ethereum start to drop strongly versus BTC, let's say Ethereum going to be dropping from the baseline to the top, right? Let's just take the absolute low. From the absolute low to the, what I mean absolute low, like the recent low, okay? If like we're gonna drop down from this area of a, 0.025, which I said like was a major, resistance for Ethereum. Now it is acting as a support, dropping down like a 20% versus BTC. That's a lot, guys. That's just versus BTC. So can you imagine if BTC drops 10%? Okay, current price of BTC, let's round it up. Okay, BTC is just about like 7,700. If BTC drops 10% and Ethereum drop 20% versus BTC, it means Ethereum going to drop 30%. 10 plus 20 is 30. So 30% from the current price of BTC, of Ethereum, guys. That's a lot. That's a lot. Okay, 30% is almost like 60 points. It means like Ethereum could drop all the way down to the low 140s, okay, low 130s. So gotta keep that in mind. So Ethereum is holding very strong, but if we get the breakdown, okay, if Ethereum basically BTC drop below 0.025, it means, guys, BTC gonna be dropping and Ethereum could be dropping also. So because I don't see BTC going up, right, and Ethereum dropping. Okay, you know what I mean, right? I don't see BTC going up to like 8800 and Ethereum staying below 200. If BTC goes to 88 9k, Ethereum has to go like back to like a 250, 260 and so on, right? So gotta keep that in mind. Gotta keep that in mind, right? Ethereum not dropping versus BTC is very, very scary. It is nothing bullish about it. It's just telling you guys, be cautious. Be cautious. And if you take a look at it on the 3 days chart, guys, Ethereum, guys, Ethereum is in serious problem, guys. Take a look at it on the 3 days chart. That's a 3 day chart, guys. Engulfing. Have you seen this before? Okay, you've seen this before. Okay, I'm gonna show you Ethereum and Ethereum USD and Ethereum BTC, man. This is very scary, guys. Very scary. I don't think I talked about it before because it is live, so most of this stuff I find it live. Okay, not you. Let's do this, guys. Let's do this. Let's go to the moon with Ethereum, guys. Let me know if you're ready to go to the moon with Ethereum. So let's take a look at it, guys. It is very important, right? So Ethereum BTC on the left, right? This area, Ethereum BTC. And to the right, take a look at it on the lower degree, right? Do you recognize this pattern? Okay, that's Ethereum BTC. I never talked about this. That's live, okay? Recognize it. Look at this pattern, okay? Green circle. I mean red circle. And we're going to take this green circle to the right. Okay, do you recognize, do you see the difference between these two patterns, right? So it is similar, okay, but this one is versus BTC, the one to the left, and the one to the right, it is versus what? It is versus US dollar. So what does it mean? Okay, so we could expect Ethereum BTC to drop, and that's going to be very bearish. Okay, it is going to be very bearish, and that's a 3 day chart, not even like a daily chart. Okay, so that's a 3 day chart. We're getting a bearish engulfing candle at the very top, and this one, it was a basically a daily chart, right? You can see we got a bearish engulfing. The time frame is different, but the pattern is the same, and this one is more powerful. Ethereum BTC is more powerful just because the time frame is like a 3 day chart. Okay, we're getting like a 3 day bearish engulfing candle. At the same time, on top of that, we got what? Our 3 day MACD about crossover. If you're not comfortable enough, right, to basically transfer your Ethereum into BTC, you might wait till Ethereum basically get this bearish crossover on the 3 day chart, and all you have to do is just transfer your Ethereum into BTC, because Ethereum going to be losing value versus BTC. So no need. Okay, what I mean like losing value, it means it's going to be dropping faster than BTC. If BTC drop, let's say 10%, Ethereum might drop like 12, 13, 14, 15%, stuff like that. Okay, that's you gotta understand, like when people say losing value, okay, that's what I mean. But Ethereum is looking very bad. Okay, looking very bad, right? Looking very bad. So LTO. So before we dive into LTO, let's take a look at basically EOS and Bitcoin Cash. Binance. So EOS, guys, we are lucky to recognize EOS bearishness as soon as we started the drop. That's a 3 day chart, guys. The market is looking very bad, guys. It is looking very bad. Okay, so look at this, guys. Look at this. Okay, so this is just selling pressure, guys, and you're getting selling pressure at the very top. So it means like the drop just started. That's the 3 day chart, right? You take a look at same type of structure, selling pressure at the top. That's the same structure Ethereum is getting right now versus BTC. That's very bad, guys. Very bad. I was thinking like we're gonna hold just about $2, but for EOS we just have to go back. We just have to go back even below $2. Let's see if this area of $2 gonna hold. If not, we're gonna go back to our basically absolute low, which was like $1.50. $1.50, man. So it is very scary. All these coins, guys, going back to the 2018 lows, that's very scary. It means, guys, BC gonna drop a lot. BC gonna drop a lot. BC dominance gonna go a lot. Okay, so I'm expecting up to 80% BC dominance within the next few years. So not saying we're gonna get it in 2020, but if all these coins, guys, gonna be breaking their 2018 lows, I don't know what to say. I don't know what to say. You can draw your triangle, you can draw whatever you want to draw, but the volume is not suggesting any basically further move. Yes, we can get a bounce back up from this just about this area of 2-3, go back to that area and capitulate down, or we can even pump back up. Okay, but it is not looking good. This drop is not favoring further move to the upside. Okay, it is telling us we most likely could be getting some sort of bottom formation, stuff like that. Okay, but we haven't been able to bottom out for EOS. We just push to the upside, drop, push, drop. We got to be able to get some some sort of like a sideways correction for like a 6 months to 1 year before any further move to the upside, right? But you can see all this pump, it is just like one touch, that's it, I'm gone. Catch me if you can. But we're gonna catch you at the bottom, no problem. So let's take a look at basically Bitcoin Cash. Bitcoin Cash, we just talked about it yesterday. We said like a mid 250s. We just hit mid 250s, right? So you can see Bitcoin Cash, BCH. I think BCH USD, right? Kraken. So Bitcoin Cash looking very bad. Similarly, 3-day chart, very engulfing. One thing we just have to avoid, for Bitcoin Cash to move sideways, because if we get this sideways correction, we can get this pump, okay, back to 350. So before dropping, all right. So let's keep that in mind. So Bitcoin Cash, we want to avoid like some sideways correction, at least for the short term, right? But Bitcoin Cash, we talked about it just about yesterday. We said look for 0.618, which is like 250. We just hit it exactly. So I would love to see, okay, Bitcoin Cash move sideways, all right, and pump back up even like to 336. So very quickly, before dropping down to before dropping down to the the previous low, which was like just about 170. So when Bitcoin Cash was 170, I was still waiting for Bitcoin Cash to retest like just about 150, which was kind of like very greedy. Because you take a look at one of the reasons why I was looking for Bitcoin Cash to reverse was like to keep dropping was actually this move. Okay, we hit like just about 170. Okay, so 1.27 to 1.41, but I was looking for 1.41, right? And we hit like 1.27. I should just be okay. We hit 1.27. Let's look for a reversal. But I was very greedy, looking for like all the way down to 1.618, which was like 150, right? And that's not even like 10% drop. And then Bitcoin Cash reversed like almost like with a very good like almost like a 200%, right? You're looking for a 10% drop, but you basically end up buying higher and take it to the 200% up, right? So LTO network LTO. Let's take a look at LTO BTC. Never checked. I don't know what is. I don't know what it looked like. Okay, so let's take a look on the hourly. So it doesn't have enough history, guys. It seems like it's going to be dropping lower. So let's see. You got this drop. You got your correction, which is a lower low. So you got another drop. So let's see if you can get this pump back up to make another low before finding a support just about like a 600 sats. Okay, so at least for the short term, that's all I see. If you can see it in your waves, just do your swing low to swing high. We could look for 0.618, which is just about 600. Doesn't matter how you look at it, it is the same structure. Okay, so this structure, you just gotta be careful with it. It is a strong push to the downside. You get this pullback, drop down, pullback. Sometimes it can give you a lower low, sometimes it just give you a double tap before the sell off. Okay, that's the same structure we just got from BTC, that pump to 10.5. We drop down, okay, push back up, make this low, okay, and then drop down and make a 3-wave pullback, right? This 3-wave pullback, now we making this capitulation, but at the same time we got a head and shoulder right there, okay? That's the structure of BTC. That's the structure we got. Okay, that's the structure. Something like that. You know what I mean. Okay, let's just remove this. Okay, so let me just do this. Okay, so but we got some sort of a left shoulder right there, and then BTC I was expecting to hold very strong. Okay, so this correction is very powerful for most alt. Okay, after a parabolic move, okay, you drop down, you make a low, you drop back down, and you make a new low. Okay, so you make a low lows, right? But most people call low, right? But it is just a flat. Right, sometimes you can break this top, break this bottom, but make this low, and then basically capitulate down, get this 3-way move, right? Just like BTC. Sometimes you can even get 5. Okay, you can get 5 wave. It all depends how you read the market, right? But depending what time frame also you're looking at. Okay, you can get a 3-wave, pullback, or you can get some wedges. Okay, you can get a wedge, right? That's exactly how we describe it in our premium mem, right? And we got that wedge exactly, right? So got something like this, right? And you do this, you got your nice wedge, rising wedge, and then you get this move, right? You get this move. So if you're lucky enough, right? If you're lucky enough, you can get some sort of basically a head and shoulder on the opposite direction, and then you basically just take it to the moon, right? Stuff like that, right? So understand, like, this structure is very, very important. After a parabolic move, I never take a look at this coin, but you can just see it is basically following that same structure, and that's a 2-hour time frame, not even like on the hourly, right? So, but let's see if like we can get this next correction or this drop. Okay, Tezos is gonna drop to 160. I did not say that. Okay, XTZ. But one thing I remember saying, Tezos gonna drop. Okay, so one thing I remember saying is Tezos gonna drop. So you can see like Tezos is capitulating, right? Not capitulating, but you know what I mean, right? So you can see similar structure I just showed you, right? You drop down, you get your 3-way move right there. So that's 3-way move corrective, and then you got this basically capitulation. So look for some sort of another correction right there. Okay, so it's not going to be a buy area, it's just going to be correction. And I said it a long time ago when Tezos was like almost $4. Okay, people are calling for $250 Tezos and so on, right? So yep, so Tezos not looking great. Let's take a look at on the daily. Yep, on the daily not looking good. So let's see, not good to FOMO, guys. So in terms of retracements, we'll just look for 0.618 for temporary support, just about $2, right? We just about to hit 220, but 0.618 going to be at $2, guys. So I said buy Tezos when Tezos was 127. Okay, right there, that's when I said goodbye. But right there I was like, be cautious. Okay, I showed you on, let's take a look at Tezos and on another exchange like Kraken. Okay, Tezos, what I showed you, like when I said it was a good buy right there, I was like, look for this move. Okay, look for this move. Okay, so look for this move. I said look for 2 points. Okay, 2 areas. 1.27 going to be roughly around 270, and then 1.41 going to be 270, and 1.27 going to be $2.50 roughly. So you can see we exactly hit those numbers and hit 1.618, and I was like, that's it. Okay, but on the macro scale, it seems like we still can make a lower high for Tezos, so be cautious. Okay, we can still make this move. All right, we can still make this move before dropping down and make a 3-way pullback and capitulate. So that's the same exact move I just showed you, but with a LTO. Okay, so basically you got your parabolic move, you drop down, you push back up, you drop down, break this low, but you're not gonna break that low, okay? And then you drop back down, and then get your three-way move pullback, and then get this capitulation, right? So this is going to be another flat right there, right? So sometimes this one you can either get a wedge or whatever, okay? I just showed you, I don't want to repeat it, right? So it seems like Tezos could get this move, right? At least for the short term. I'm not saying it's going to be exactly like this, because market is very crazy, right? Market could do, Tezos could do something like this, like this, like this, and you know, like that. Not saying we're going to drop down, but I'm just giving you an example, right? We can do this, do that, do this, do that, do that, do that, right? So it is still very corrective, right? You can see. Oh, you bought at dollar, you bought at $1.20. So that's good. That's good. I'm glad you listened. Make sure to join our premium member to get those type of details, what type of signal to basically pay attention to when you're looking for a long position, because you know leveraging is not easy, guys. So the hardest thing about leveraging is like FOMOing. If you can just, like, let's say you got a strategy, let's say I'm looking for BC to drop, but BC drop before I get into position, right? I might not do anything, I might just let it go. I don't FOMO, right? But if I get my strategy and I'm saying it's gonna drop, and I get, you know, basically accumulate at the top, is dropping, I'm just put a stop loss and let it drop. But most people are gonna FOMO, they're gonna see BC drop 10% and then they're just gonna start shorting it, and then we get this quick reversal, they're gonna get liquidated and all that nonsense, right? So one thing I don't like to do is like FOMO, okay? Regardless how juicy the market is, how bearish the market is, I don't FOMO. I try not, okay? Even if I want to FOMO, I'm gonna get my small account, and put a very small amount of basically amount and FOMO with it. But I will not FOMO with my entire account, okay? I try not to do that, right? Because you're gonna get wrecked, right? You're gonna get wrecked regardless. It is just gonna be a matter of time, but you're gonna get wrecked one day. You might do it like 10 times and it works, right? But it works all the time, but you're gonna do it one time and then it's gonna wreck you. So it's not financial advice, okay? So I know you bought at $1.20, but it's not financial advice. Tesla's gonna pump in the future, but at least for the short term, I'm seeing a slight pullback. Let's dive into Link, talking about Tezos. Link, we still looking for a reversal. You can see, guys, analysis is very beautiful, okay? So Link, you can remember, if you're listening, I've been telling you Link gonna dip. I've been telling you Link gonna dip, okay? But before the dip, what I said, okay? I said clearly Link gonna pump to just about 480, right? It pumped even higher than 480, but it's gonna pump. Link was just about this area of 420. We pump up to like a 480, and I said like we're gonna dip down 30% to 35%, guys. So we dip exactly that much, okay? So we dip exactly, right? So let's take a look at it. We dip like 26%, guys, and it's not done yet. It's not even done yet, guys. So because we gotta retest this low, break it. Okay, we gotta break this low, which is like just about $3, okay? $3.20. Most likely we're gonna break it. Even though we got a reversal hammer candle, I don't believe it. Okay, I don't buy it. The volume is too big. Don't fall for it. Don't fall for it. Don't fall for $20 Link. Do not fall for it. Okay, this is very corrective, and you got an impulse to the downside. This is corrective. This is corrective. That's impulse. So once we drop down to this area, double bottom, you can give it a shot, right? Because just to respect this correction, it is a continuation pattern, but the continuation pattern means we have to break $5. If like let's say we drop down to $3, pump back up to like let's say $4 to $4.50 and cannot break it, it is going to be a good time to get rid of Link and look for BTC or Ethereum, something like that, because it is going to be your W pattern right there, guys. You know what I'm saying? So let's keep that in mind. The volume is too big to break this area. The selling volume is too big to break this area, so we most likely not gonna break it. Okay, not we're not going to break it, but I don't see us breaking it within the next few days. You see what I'm saying? We can break it next month, stuff like that, right? You know, before the summer, but I don't see us breaking it like, let's say tomorrow or stuff like that, to be realistic. So, but the takeaway is like link $3.50, right, to $3.20. Okay, that's your area where you need to look for possible support, right, for link, right there. It is going to be a good area to look for a possible rebound back up, right, back up. You got your no FOMO panties on. Beautiful $3. Hey, what's up, Crypto Orange? Yeah, I mean, better load up, but gotta think about it. If BTC gonna drop, best thing to do, I think, it's not financial advice, but wait till BTC basically hit like a mid 5K, then you load up, okay? Because one mistake I did myself for link was like right there, okay? Just about not this one. The mistake I did for link was right there. Okay, that's when I got rid of you know, some links. So right there at 40 cents, okay, at 40 cents. But that was versus BTC. It was like 10,000. I think it was like 14,000 to 14,000. No, 8,050. Okay, I think 8,050. Right, that's when I, you know, was trading link. So I did not pay attention, and I did not want to buy this parabolic move, right? But you can see it pumped like almost 10x. It's okay. But this move is very corrective, right? It's very corrective, so it's good. So let's see, let's look for this move, right? You can definitely get another 30% move from link after we retest basically below $3. I don't know if the way BTC or way link going to be. It all depends, okay, how link gonna drop. So BTC dropping 20% means link could drop like 40%, right? So link could drop down to low $2. And most of you guys thinking like these numbers are too low for link. Guys, link was like 40 cents not even a year ago. So if you think like 20 cents is basically $20, I mean not $20, $2 is too low for link, go back and check when link was 40 cents. Okay, so do not basically say like link not gonna drop below these numbers and all that nonsense, right? We're never gonna see these numbers, right? So I would not be basically you know, looking for a link not to drop any lower, stuff like that. All right, so guys, if you guys don't have any question regarding any other alt, I'm just gonna go ahead and talk about NEO, and then I'm just gonna call it a day very soon. Man, it's been like almost an hour and 30 minutes live stream. Oh gosh, look at this, all these suckers dropping, man. Some of these, man, this stock actually dropped 45% in one day. This oils, man. The stock market moving like crypto, man. Good gosh. Whoa. Man, that's not good, man. Let's take a look at the DJY, the Dow Jones, right? First, before I talk about NEO, because very man, this sucker. Look at this sucker, right? So on a weekly basis, if you haven't seen it, like if you haven't checked my trading view, go on my trading view and you can read what I just showed you, right, regarding the DJY and basically the DJI, not Y. So and basically BTC, right, the Dow Jones and BTC. So you can see that's what I was expecting. That's a 2011. Okay, so that's what I was basically expecting for the Dow to retest the 200-day moving average. So make sure to go on my trading view and you can see it. Okay, I also tweeted it, so you can see it, guys. That was not too long ago, a week ago. We just retested what, the 200 weekly moving average, guys. yeah, price was almost like 2600, and I was like, we're gonna drop down to like a 23.6. We just retested 23.6, 23.7. So that's incredible. So these analysis, guys, are very important. So pay attention to the macro scale and not what the market going to be doing. You know, what the market going to be doing on a day-to-day basis, right? So on a monthly basis, what I'm looking for, at least for the short term, I'm looking for the 100 MA, actually EMA, right? I'm looking for the 100 EMA, this red line, just about this area. It is just about like a 20,000. Okay, if we lose basically 20,000, guys, it's gonna be bad for BTC. It's gonna be bad for the entire economy, guys. It's the entire world. So we do not want to lose 20,000. We do not want to lose the 100, you know, the 100 monthly moving average, at least for the short term, not weekly but monthly. Okay, the monthly or the weekly, we already lost it. We already lost the 100 weekly moving average. Did not hold at all, and was acting as a resistance. So right now it seems like a good time to be accumulating, your best stocks, whatever you want to buy. So it is time to basically look for accumulation, right? Let's say my poor 401k. It's okay, man. If you're not looking to cash out within the next 15 years, you should be okay, because this sucker is still gonna pump back up. We might just drop down to the 200. I don't think we're gonna basically retest 200. Let's see, the 200 monthly moving average. It is almost at 4 years low. So it's not that bad. It was like, it is just about 15,000. So it's not that bad. 15,000, guys, was like just about 2016. Okay, less than 4 years. So if we drop down to like a 15,000, it shouldn't be that bad. Okay, it should not be that bad at all. It should not be that bad. But yes, the Dow dropping 50%, most people are gonna lose, a lot of money. But we should be able to basically, be able to at least retest some previous resistance, okay, previous support, stuff like that, just about like 18,000, and still be okay, right? Okay, unless you all in and stuff like that. Yeah, you're gonna retire in 10 years. Yes, it should be okay within the next 15 years, okay? Because if we get a dip, it could just be corrective, just like this one, right? From like a 2000 to like a 2002, but it took like almost 5 years to retest the top. So let's say we get this dip down to 15,000. Okay, I don't think we're gonna drop down to 15,000 this year. It could take another 5 years to get this move and then to drop back down again. So it could be a double recession, right? So you got to keep that in mind. So it's just going to be corrective. I keep saying it. In terms of market structure, most people call it what? Recession, right? We got a big move to the upside and market drop. What do you call it? You say we in a recession, right? Whatever. Okay, so the stock market crash and we pump back up, make a new high, and everybody gonna be like, the economy recovered. And then we drop back down, they'll be like, okay, we're in another recession. But if you're just doing market analysis, you're not gonna call it anything else but correction. So you're gonna call this entire move correction. So, but most people did not. I mean, not most people. Some people paid attention to it. If you're doing like a, market, if you're doing TA, you're gonna understand what I'm saying. That's what I keep calling flat correction. So when BC goes up, drop back down, pump back up, drop back down, we call this correction. But on the macro scale, you call it what? Recession, whatever. So let's keep that in mind. So that's the structure we got right there. Okay, that's the structure we got right there. We drop, pump back up, drop, got this correction. Now we're pumping. So we're getting a small one right there. Okay, so we just gotta get this correction, and we're gonna keep going. Okay, we're gonna keep going, and you can see that the magnitude of the previous correction is not even like this correction we got right there. Back in 20, basically 2000, early 2000 is like 10 times bigger. Okay, it's 10 times bigger. So right now this correction just started. So imagine like we just have to basically replicate the same magnitude, like this drop all the way down to like a 16,000 or like a 15,000 and go back up to 36 and have to drop back down to like a 15. That's gonna be absolutely bad. Okay, it's gonna be really bad. So and it could take like a years basically to do these corrections. So yep, you're welcome guys. I'm pretty exhausted, so let me go ahead and take a look at finally take a look at BTC again. I'm just gonna skip NEO. I'm pretty tired right now. I'm not tired, I'm just hungry. I've been drinking coffee all day. Silver is dropping, gold is dropping. I think gold not dropping, it's holding very strong. Man, VET is dropping. VET is back to 57. So I'm just gonna take a look at a couple alt. So VET, you can see like most people were asking me why I wasn't bullish on VET. I was like, I'm not gonna be bullish on VET because VET already got the pump it needed to basically go to the moon, right? So that's why one of the reasons I wasn't bullish on VET, and we just broke this 200-day moving average again. It is going to be a good buy at 35, 37, okay, versus BTC, right? So let's take a look at NEO. NEO, I was bullish on NEO, but NEO did not want to basically break retest like this $20 range. No, now we don't have any other support for NEO. But to retest, basically, first area to retest going to be like $8, $8.50, and second area going to be like $6.50. If we break that area, guys, NEO could go all the way down to like a $3. Okay, could go all the way down to $3, and $3 is basically my absolute low for NEO, $3 to a $2 range. That's where I think like NEO should bottom and basically go to the moon. All right, with BTC, and BTC could be just about 5K, okay, 49 to 55, and most crypto are gonna flourish when BTC going back up to 12K. So would not be selling your crypto if BTC goes to 5K. Best thing to do is just buy, okay. Of course, not financial advice, right? Not financial advisor. Okay, one more last thing. Okay, BTC dominance. So I said it multiple times. Okay, BTC dominance to 90%. Okay, I'm just gonna give you a very good analysis before I call it a day, right? Regarding the Bitcoin dominance, I'm gonna remove all this nonsense, right? So let's take a look at on the weekly. So on the weekly basis, what we said a BTC dominance. We already got 5-way structure. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. But you gotta be careful, okay? Even though we got 5-way structure, you could say this is only 2 wave. You can acknowledge the wave number 1 and 2, but this wave 1, 2, 3, you could say that's wave number 3. You could say that's wave number 3, and you can get wave number 5 and wave number 4 to the upside. You see what I'm saying, right? So instead of saying like this is 5 wave, we could possibly get another wave to the upside. Okay, we could possibly get another wave to the upside, and this wave could only be the wave 5 of wave number 3. Right, so that's why I'm saying like BTC basically could pump all the way up, guys, to, I'm exaggerating with this wave number 3, but at least it could be somewhere around wave number 5, okay, of wave number 3. It could be somewhere around like just about like a 80%, like a 78 to 80%, okay, before another pullback down to like a 65 to basically a 60% range, and then basically going all the way up to the moon, right? At least for the short term, that's what I see. But we gotta be very, very cautious. You can see like we're getting resistance on the weekly 200-day moving average. Right now is basically resisting the price. So if we break it, it could be even acting as a support. So we don't want to break this 21 EMA, and at the same time we don't want to break the 200 weekly moving average. So this white line that show weekly 200 moving average, And this yellow line, that's your weekly 21 EMA, and this red line, they're all converging. So you can see, you know, this red line is your basically weekly 100 EMA, so supporting the price. So we got to be very careful. So if we break this area of a roughly around like a 72, we could be in serious problem with the BTC dominance, right? So at least for the short term, that's what I see. We can still get a double bottom, all right? We can still get this double bottom, which means like alt could be pumping, and then we get this move, right? I talked about it last week, BTC dominance to 90%. So go ahead and take a look at it on YouTube. So you can go to my channel and take a look at it, right? So most people don't want to talk about it. Also, you got a head and shoulder, possible 1-to-1. I don't like head and shoulders that much, but you can see that's almost like 90%. I don't think we're going to go to 90%, but we got a possibility to break like 78-80% dominance, at least for the short term, right? Before basically BTC starting a new cycle of a bull market. Hey, what's up, Iraqi? Make sure to join our premium member to get any price update and target stuff like that. For the public streaming, it is just you know, general basically you know, macro talk. We talk about the micro and macro, but we don't give like a, you know, exact target. But you know, make sure to join our premium group, and also join our public Telegram group, link in the description, and follow me on Twitter, SendCrypto0. Follow me on TradingView, and at the same time, follow me on Twitch. If you have a Twitch, I'm gonna be going live if basically YouTube decide to cancel my channel. I'm gonna be going live on TradingView and Twitch. Okay, so make sure to follow my channel on both of those platforms. All right. Tezos down 10%. Yep, we're bouncing back, guys. We're bouncing back. Somebody say we already bottoming. I was about to call it a day, but BTC is bouncing. Whoa, guys, that's a very beautiful candle right there. So that's a good candle, right? I'm turning bullish again. I'm turning bullish, but we gotta break this. I'm not turning bullish, but you know, you know what I mean, right? So that's the area we need to break on the 45 minutes. I talked about it already. We gotta break this 21 EMA, and we gotta break this 100 EMA on the 45 minutes. If like we can break those two areas, that's going to be a great sign of reversal for the bulls. They can get this move and then get that move, you know, try to find this area. So I'm not drawing randomly. This is it is a BTC basically setup. Okay, it is a BTC setup. Okay, I pushed to the upside. It is just a corrective move, type of a structure. Okay, sometimes this move can be like this, and then you get that move, and then three-way more pullback, and then you get this pullback very strongly. All right, so but we gotta break this 21 EMA on the 45 minutes. I don't think the 1 hour is too close. Yeah, it is time to FOMO, guys. It is time to FOMO. Whoa, let's go to the moon, guys. Oops. So it seems like we got a divergence. This is a basically divergence structure, but I would love to see it if it confirm it with this three-way move, right? This three-way move, and give us another one and complete this move right there and give us this wedge. Okay, some sort of wedge, right? It might not break that area. Okay, it might not break this area. Give us this sort of wedge. It means it could retest like a 75, and then it could moon, right? So that's also another possibility, but it is looking beautiful right now. Let's see if it wants to moon. So you guys want to put your stop loss if you basically shorting BTC right now, right? Okay, great. You're long at 77. Okay, that's good. Put your stop loss then, right? We're going to the moon, though. We're going to the moon. But it is corrective, but give it some time. Okay, give it some time. It can still do this, right? It can still go back up, because that's your 15 minutes 100 EMA. We haven't retested it so far since like the pop to the downside. So first time we retesting it, it has to reject it. Okay, it most of the time has to reject it. So unless we got a 40% pump, yep, it's not going to sustain it. So you got resistance. I don't think we're going to break 83 easily, but it is just going to be a short opportunity if like we can retest like 83 and so on. Most bears going to be getting a better average, right? Whoop whoop. Yep, let's moon it. Looking good, guys. So let's check the MACD. The MACD on the 15 minutes, guys. I was about to call it a day. BTC is doing something incredible. Whoop whoop. Let's check it, okay? But guys, if the 15 minutes, if you're scalping or you're basically looking for a short opportunity, wait for your 15 minutes. We talked about it at the beginning of the live stream. If your 45 minutes is oversold, overbought, let's say we said it at the beginning of the live stream. If we can get this 45 minutes to be overbought, guys, that's going to be a great short opportunity, because it is cleanly what, a flat correction, right? It has to drop down at least 50% to 0.618. If it wants to like continue the downtrend, it's going to break this low, okay? But if it wants to reverse, it has to get stopped out right there, and then we're going to get this move. So it is a long process. Don't get too excited. Whoop whoop. Don't get too excited. We're about to break the 45 minutes 21 EMA. That's good. But we got 20 minutes to close this candle. Let's get the moon boy analysis. Let's pump it, BTC. Come on. Yeah, you can see it, like the selling pressure was declining. I said it at the beginning when we started the live stream. I said it. This selling pressure declining. Immediate resistance going to be 100 EMA, either on the hourly or 45 minutes. If you want to front run it, use your 45 minutes, because most people use 1 hour time frame. But if I want to do something different, I use 45 minutes, okay, just to basically front run the price, and not to worry about like too much of everybody waiting for one moving average, and then you're gonna front run it. You get it, okay? You get out first, or you get in first. Alright guys, I'm just gonna call it a day. I know it's very exciting because BC was about to moon, but I'm pretty exhausted. I'm just gonna call it a day, and then we talk tomorrow. I'm gonna be going live, so make sure to hit the notification, guys, so you can get this live stream or you can get the notification. Make sure to hit the notification bell. Make sure to let me know what you think down in the comment section. If you want me to talk about other coins, make sure to comment, give me a comment. Comment it on the in the comment section, so I can basically know you guys interested about Tezos, link and stuff like that, right? So all right guys, be safe out there. Don't get wrecked, okay? Be safe.